run for He's not alone, his people stand together, they rise, their future in hand. Go on, he's rising to the top, every heart is
All right, welcome back, trainers. So, today, really kind of wanted to focus on a topic that I feel it really should be discussed a lot more, especially concerning the different seasons. So, for instance, for those that have been following on Instagram, you guys will see that I posted some fallen trees. Well, tree, rather. Very, very large tree. And, yeah, that, as scary as that is, that actually, from what I can recall, I heard a very, very loud thud while I was actually on a GBL stream, which, again, that was not my best. It was a little bit of a rant. But even, things as simple as grinding at night. So you can see this is all dark around me. Okay. Grinding at night has got its issues. Okay. Grinding during winter conditions has its issues. Grinding during summer conditions, any kind of seasonal conditions, again, anything like that, it's gonna have a drawback. It's gonna have the safety concerns you guys need to pay attention to. That's what I want to talk about today, because I've been seeing not a lot of it, but there's just even around where I'm at, trees falling because of severe weather, flooding. I've heard of other Go players suffering because of different weather conditions, preventing them from going out, destroying their homes, things like this. And again, you gotta be careful out there. That's the big thing you guys need to take away from this, is you want to be as careful as possible when you guys are out grinding, at all times. So I'm gonna go and show you guys this right here is what happened. You can see probably a little bit of the uprooting that it had. Let's see. We'll get another light on here so you guys can see. Should be able to see a little bit of it. The uprooting. You can see the damage to the trees. And this tree here is just, I don't want to say trees, but tree. You can see how bad it got. Well, this, it had fallen, came all the way across here, and it went straight through here, right across this path right there. Okay, so that being said, the damage is definitely there. The danger is there. So you got this massive heavy tree and it falls, right? We're not going to ask the age-old question, if a tree falls in the middle of nowhere or middle of the forest, does it make a sound? No, it doesn't make a difference. It will make a sound as it's coming crashing down, but even if it doesn't, it's a lot of weight to fall on you. So, again, if you're going to be grinding, I can respect any grinder. I can respect any single one of you guys for just grinding. However, I can't respect it if somebody is not paying attention to their surroundings. Again, I preach this a lot. just like hydration and everything else, safety first. Anytime you're going to be playing, always think about what? Your safety. Every time. And we're just going to take you guys through this part. We're going to be I'm not even going to really grind here right now. I'm actually going to, after we're done with this video, I'm going to go right into a grind stream. But that being said, always be aware of your surroundings. Now, other part, like I mentioned earlier, there's things like grind in the dark. Okay, now that's great and all. Maybe that's the only time you have to grind. But let's be honest, grind in the dark, the downside to that is you get some real creepy people sometimes out in the dark. I might take you guys through an area, you're gonna hardly see me. Not by choice, there's no light. You guys are gonna see very, very little light. Excuse me. And then there's gonna be just the sound of my voice. That's all you guys are gonna have. Really, you'll see like the outline of me and things like this. It will probably, I don't want to say it's gonna look unsettling, but you're only seeing like the outline of somebody. Okay, so this is where, again, it's considered very unsafe. Now, this is something I don't suggest anybody go and do. If you're gonna grind at night, be someplace well lit. So, and even if you're someplace well lit, make sure people know where you're at all times. And make sure you've got proper protection anywhere you go. See, right now you can barely see me. You see the light from my phone. That's why you see me, right? But in a place like this, without the light of the phone, all you're seeing is trees. We've been followed. Me and my friends have been followed here. Especially like if you're walking in a nature park. Always be aware of your surroundings. Alex and I have actually been followed by coyotes. We got followed all the way up to the north side of the park over at Happy Valley Park. So again, you guys can barely see my face here. However, that doesn't mean that you can't get hurt. It doesn't mean you can't get attacked. It doesn't mean you're not in any imminent threat. So, you'll notice I'm turning around a lot, I'm looking around. Again, minding my surroundings is the biggest thing here you want to go and take away from this video here. Mind your surroundings at all times. Don't worry, there's no jump scares. If there was any jumps, I guess somebody actually jumped me. But there's nobody that's gonna jump me. There's a few reasons, okay? But again, always play on your strengths and always guard your weaknesses. Again, this might seem like a no-brainer. You'd be surprised how often stranger danger is a thing, how often things that shouldn't even be an imminent threat are an imminent threat at times because things were allowed to escalate. So, again, I'm going to keep saying this. Mind your surroundings. Safety first, right? But again, I understand the urge to grind. And if this is the only time you got to grind is at night, or the only areas you can grind are areas where maybe the crime rate's very high, violent crime rates to be specific. I get it. There's safe ways to do everything. And if you can't safely do it by yourself, play with others. See, so there's always a trick to it. Always. And like I said, at this park, during the day, it's not bad. It's actually really good. At night, nah. We've had, according to a local player in the area, we've had robberies at this park. You know, just over at the corner, right across from a bar. And we're talking during business hours. was robbed at gunpoint. Again, I didn't see anything to prove it or to back up the allegation, but it's apparently a thing. So, again, I'm not doubting it's not a thing. So, but yeah, we're actually making really good time on this route too. It says 23 minutes we should be taking. This is one I can actually finish faster, but I had to prove a point about safety. But again, oh, speaking of which, let's take a look at this over here. Tree branch. Yeah, I can lift it, but if that had fallen on me, it'd take me right on out. That could just kind of knocked me out, could have killed me. You guys gotta just be careful. Again, it's a safety thing. Always mind your surroundings. I'll never stop saying that. I got kids. I'm gonna remind them constantly. Why? Because again, they need to mind their surroundings. And they're not even playing Go at the time. Mind your surroundings. So, yeah, just today, my daughter tripped on her on a cord for her little tablet. Didn't mind her surroundings. It was right in front of her. She knew it was there. So even things that we know about an imminent threat, if we're unaware. Okay? Just again, we could be that imminent threat. That's the problem right there. We don't want to be our own threat. We don't want to be the problem. So again, just pay attention. That's the big thing. And of course, always take heed of any warnings that maybe your weather service is giving. Take heed of different kinds of maybe there's a warning. Somebody, like there's a escaped prisoner on loose, or down power lines, flood warnings, all this. Pay attention to all of it. It matters. Okay? So, that being said, on a happier note, I do want to wish all of you guys a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. We'll just throw it out there as well. A Happy New Year. And make sure you guys go check out on the Crow's Nest website. The big thing there is we do have an updated blog that will be out before Christmas. Be my list of predictions that I think you guys can expect some of them this next year. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be very exciting, actually. I think this next year is going to be full of a ton of cool things, especially because come this next February, allegedly we have Pokemon Champions coming out, which is going to basically connect every single one of the different Pokemon games, including Pokemon Go, well, outside of Pokemon Unite and things like that, but it will connect the main series video games with Go even further through the use of Pokemon Home. And we get to go and start battling a lot more. But it's going to be through the standard VGC way, from what I understood. So, still cool. But again, with that, there needs to be more ways to get certain Pokemon from older generations. So again, home is going to be absolutely crucial for this. But thank you guys for listening to my little rant about safety, because again, safety is the most important thing for me, and it should be the most important thing for you as well when it comes to your grind. Because of course, you probably want to continue to grind, so of course, safety first. But again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.